Hello and welcome to this my new series that I like to call Linux Questions in Job Interviews. So this is specially dedicated to people that it kind of is one of my main public, people that visit my channel, that are people in the learning process, and many of you are looking forward to apply for a new job. So you are trying to get your Linux, Cisco and everything certifications. That's why you come to my channel to get trained on that. And thank you for that. Like, subscribe, and hype. But this is my series about Linux questions in job interviews. This is for you to get you guys ready and prepared to answer the most common questions about Linux in job interviews. I may make a similar series for Cisco, but for now, Linux questions in job interviews. I have a bunch of questions. This is going to be a series of many episodes. Today, I'm going to share with you guys 11, why not 10, because I'm like that, 11 possible questions that you may find in Linux job interviews. This is going to grow in difficulty. So today is going to be very easy. Then they go to easy, medium, hard, very hard. I have a bunch. I'm not going to tell you how many, but I have a bunch of questions to experiment with you guys. If you're watching this in a short form, come and join us on the long form for the full video. Check the description, check my channel Bits, and I meet you there. For the long form peeps, here we go. So today we are going to have 11 questions that you may get asked. Jesus, English. In job interviews that you may find. Today I bring you 11. Let's stop the jibber jabber and start. So, like I said, we're going to start from very easy to easy, somewhat easy, and so forth. So I have a bunch. This is going to be a huge series of videos all about this. So to get you ready for those jobs, to grab those interviews and grab those jobs and grab those promotions. I want you guys to succeed, and we are together and make that possible. All right, 1 of 11 on this video, but many to come. Give 3 examples of operating systems. And you guys go, Jesus, that's way too easy. I know. We're going to progress from very easy to somewhat hard, okay? So slowly and surely, we will get there. So with these videos and all my technical videos, I am sure you'll grab that promotion. I am sure you will grab that job. Let's work on that right now. So give 3 examples of operating systems. I'm giving you 3 possible answers, and my answers are just possible answers. They are technically correct, all right? So my answers are going to be technically correct, but there are possible answers. If you think that you have better answers that are also technically correct, you are free to use them, but these are technically correct answers that I suggest. So give 3 examples of operating systems, and this is a very easy one, I know. Windows, Linux, of course, and macOS are 3 good examples, and they are kind of industry standards. So yeah, so these are 3 operating systems. There are other more niche ones like the Cisco iOS and all of that. I know that, but Windows, Linux, and macOS are sure answers, are very technically absolutely correct, and with these ones you cannot miss. All right, question number 2. And you may ask, how did you get those answers? How did you get those answers and especially those questions? Sharing with other people, talking with other people, being interviewed myself. So I just took notes, whatever I could, and I just compiled a bunch of them. All right. So this is something that can and will happen in the real world. This is not some ChatGPT generated stuff. Nope. This is obtained through real world facts. All right, this is real world stuff, not AI generated. This is feedback from ex-students, current students. I've been here for more than 30 years, so these are compiled facts, all of them based on real world stuff. All right, so question number 2, how to check the kernel version. All right, so this is my suggestion. Use the command uname -a. All right, so this as root specially. So this is going to give you the kernel version that is currently running, okay? So there may be a little bit of adjustment on this question, how to check the kernel version that is currently running, okay? So if you want to check the whole bunch of kernels that are installed. This will not give you that answer, but if you want to check the kernel version of the currently running kernel, you do uname -a, and that's what you get. All right. So this will not get you the full spectrum of installed kernel that you have in your system. All right. So if you want to get the full spectrum of the whole installed kernels in your system, you need to go through other processes, other methods. And I have a video on my channel showing you how to list all the kernels and how to pick the default one. And you should check that video out. But how to check the kernel version of the current running kernel, uname -a. I think there are other ways, like Uptime also tells you that, if I'm not mistaken. But other than that, this will get you there, and this is a technically correct answer. All right. Question number 3. Which directory has all the configuration files? And it's the etc directory. Some people call it etc, some people call it etc. Doesn't really matter. Be careful, it's the /etc, okay? So it's a root folder and a root directory etc folder. This is technically correct. When you are doing this stuff, these technical interviews, or when you are, for example, doing an exam, for example, I've talked about this throughout my exam series. Just be blunt, okay? I know that people have different methods of getting the answers or getting results. That's what I mean. Don't use your own creative methods. Go to the point and use facts. etc directory contains configuration files. I know that here it's very subjective. There are configuration files that are on other locations, that may be in other locations, but the bulk of it is on the etc directory. And the people who are going to ask you these questions, generally speaking, are just looking for the wide spectrum, okay? Sometimes, once in a while, you get a more geeky guy that really wants those specific things. It's a little bit annoying, a little bit very peculiar, blah, blah, blah. You might get a guy that wants that specific thing that he found out in 1985 and found it funny. But for the bulk of the situations, go with facts. So if we see that has all the config files, even though we may not agree with the all, because some may not be there, just go with the flow, and it's the etc directory. All right, keep it simple. How to become root user from a regular user? So you are a regular user and you want to become a root user. Okay, so 2 technically correct answers: SU or SU minus. It will get you there. I know that with the SU you need to know the password. You get my drift, right? Just go to the facts and don't worry too much about the details. So SU minus or sudo to switch the root user. You can do sudo su to be the root user, or can use sudo to run the command. But here they say clearly how to become a root user, how to become. So they don't want you to run commands as root. They want you to become the root user. So SU minus, sudo SU, both will work. Everybody's happy to reply. Go next. How to check the computer name or host name? Okay. I know there are many methods. Well, the command hostname always works, right? So just type hostname and it's there. Nowadays we also have the hostnamectl command. Did I type that correctly? Hostnamectl. Yeah, you can use the hostnamectl command to get that information too. Okay, so hostname will get you there. Hostnamectl will get you there. Or if you want to be a little bit more fancy, the proc hostname, or sometimes, depending on the Linux that we are using, can also show you that. So, but hostname, correct answer. If you want to sprinkle a little bit of magic, hostnamectl. If you want to sprinkle huge piece of magic, proc hostname. But hostname will get you there for sure. All right. Question number 6. List 3 basic commands to navigate the file system. So simple commands that allow you to navigate the file system. cd, pwd, ls, Bob's your uncle. Use your imagination. If you have other commands that can navigate the file system or help you navigate the file system, Bob's your uncle. Go nuts. But these 3 are classics. These 3 just work, and these will get you there, and you're good to go. Just go. You're done. Next. How to check network interfaces in Linux. Now, this has many possible options. I have config, it's deprecated, but still works sometimes. IP or IPDDR can do that, or IP. Why did I stop? When I type RIP, there's a typo there. I will fix the master file. That's fine. That's fine. ifconfig IPDDR, or I wanted to type or. I type IR. So this is a typo here. I will fix this on the master file. That's fine. ifconfig IPDDR, IP, and MTY and MCLI. All of these will get you there. My recommendation, stick with ifconfig or IPDDR. You're good to go. You are just done. List 3 different methods for adding a user. Well, one is enough. The add user is enough, but you can use user add user, or edit the passwd and shadow files. User add or add user will get you there. Answers done, delivered. Go ahead and go on with the interview. You're done. Magic sprinkles, manually editing the etc passwd and shadow files. I don't recommend manually editing the passwd and shadow files, because if you go that route, then you need to do other steps manually. Also, there is not only to edit the passwd and shadow. There are other steps you need to do to make things work proper. If you want to go sprinkle that magic, you can answer the manual edit of the passwd and shadow. But keep it simple. I just added that for that sprinkle. User add and user, answers done. Everybody's happy. Next. How to change user's password? There's only one possible answer besides crazy stuff that also works, but passwd is followed by username. You're done. You are good to go. Go next. Question 10. List any 4 Linux distros. Man, there are more that, they can ask you for 4, for 3, for 20. I just said Mint, Red Hat, CentOS, Ubuntu, and Kali. Bob's your uncle. Choose 4 that you like. Choose 4 that you think that you know they exist. Done. Last but not least for this video, many more to come. How to log off from the system. There are many ways. Are we using GUI? Are we using CLI? Are we through SSH? It really depends on the actual situation. You agree with me, right? But if you type exit on the terminal or Control-D on a terminal, you are just logged out. This will work. If they ask you for more crazy stuff, then you can say, but are we in the GUI? Are we in the CLI? Are we this? Are we that? And then after that, you can just go a little bit overboard and go be more creative. You are good to go. But how to log off from the system? Use the exit command or Control-D, and you will just close the terminal on the last shell. See, so keep it simple, nice, honest questions, objective questions. If they ask you a question, go directly to the point. How to create new users, user add, done. All of that is just sprinkles. If you want to add the sprinkles, or if they request you some sprinkles, then you use our magic. But keep it simple, keep it concise, and keep it practical, and you should be off to the races. I hope this helps you. I know this will help you at some point. Like, subscribe, and hype for more videos of this series. It's going to be a very big series, so you can have the most questions and you train your brain for what type of questions they may ask you throughout the job interview. And I'm going to make also a series that is going to be more practical, so in case you are going to be asked more practical questions. But this is going to be a lot of questions of this type. I'm going to release as long as the Sam can edit the videos. I will listen for you. I will shut up for now. Like, subscribe, and hype. It will help. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. See you next one.